What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about AMC, GME, as well as the broader market. So today was a very rusty day throughout the overall broader market. It was neither going to the downside, neither going to the upside. It was a pretty messed up day, and the kind of market that we are in right now, it's very hard to make money on both the sides. Either it is the downside or either it's the upside. Though we have a lot of macroeconomic factors that are coming in, high inflation, war is still on, COVID is still out there. The Fed is increasing the interest rate rapidly. These factors create a more negative sentiment towards the stock market, but still, we are not able to get a clear cut indication towards which side the stock market is going to go. So today, AMC was up 4.85% for the day. It had a high of $12.66. The average volume on AMC is around 49.31 million, but today's volume was around 40.96 million. The volume was definitely a slight bit better than what's the everyday volume comes in AMC. But it seems to be like the market maker are keeping a very close eye on AMC as well as GME. They don't want anything to slip away from their hand. As the market opened today, AMC was almost around over $12. That's quite a bit of rise that we were experiencing at the market open, but then suddenly throughout the day it started going down, and there is no such news that is coming out of the AMC which can create some sort of upper momentum into the stock. And let's come over to the GME. GME was down for 6.70% for the day. It had a high of $99.18. That tells a lot that GME is definitely trying every day to break out, and suddenly by the end of the day it started going down. So the average volume on GME is around 4.41 million, but today's volume was around 2.90 million. The volume was still okay, but again, like I said, it's the same thing, the same charts that's in AMC as well as GME. Now let's come over to the SPY. The SPY was down for 0.41% for the day. It had a high of $403.97, which tells a lot that the SPY is definitely trying to break out towards the upside, but it's not able to do it successfully. Now we have the Fed meeting tomorrow. Jerome Powell and Ballard will be speaking tomorrow, and they can definitely send the market towards the downside. You just have to be careful how this is going to be for tomorrow. Tomorrow is could be the main day, but usually what I've seen in the past, as the FOMC members start speaking, especially Jerome Powell, the market start going down. But let's see tomorrow how this is going to play out. Right now we are in a very oversold state. Most likely we are near a temporary bottom that we're going to experience. We might experience an uptrend coming into the stock market. Now let's come over to the options for the AMC. Now I have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing today. Well, in the morning there were a lot of bullish flow that was coming into AMC stock. A lot of individuals were buying call option. As the market opened, everything started going up, especially AMC. And there were a lot of call buying that was happening during the day. But as soon as we neared the market close, as we can see very clearly in the morning, there was a lot of call buying that was coming in. That was a $12.50 call option that was coming in with 10 days expiration. A lot of people were betting that the AMC will go to that point. And towards the end of the day, the option flow changed quite a bit. It turned out to be towards the put side. Now, when we look at the put to call ratio, we can see yourself 54% is on the put side, 46% is on the call side, and the volume on the call option is way too much higher. It's 64%, and the put volume is 36%. The premium is definitely higher on the put side because the stock is most likely to go down from here onwards. But by looking at the options flow, there is nothing clear cut indication that is coming out of the options flow that the stock is going to head towards one direction, either it's the upside or the downside. We just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Let's come over to the option flow for the GME. Now, by looking at the options flow, I have increased the premium to max. I can tell you very clearly, majority of them are still onto the downside. Now, when I bring up the put to call ratio chart, you can see it for yourself. The 84.6% is the put side and 15.4% is the call side. The volume on the put side is way too much heavy as compared to the call side. The premium is definitely higher on the put side, but by looking at the options flow, there is nothing majorly suspicious coming out of it. Now, if I bring down a premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, even the mini whales are also on to the downside. These are the regular retail investors, and they are also betting that the GME will keep going down from here onwards. Well, in my personal experience, we are in a very oversold state. Any kind of a good news or any kind of a no news can create some sort of a squeeze in AMC as well as GME, which can really break down these puts. And it's not at all a good time to buy any put option onto AMC. as well as GME, just in my personal opinion, because we are in a very oversold state, and these stocks can rise up to a certain level, which can get these puts out of the money. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now I have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Majority of the whales are on to the upside. Now when we have a look at the put to call ratio, you can see it for yourself. 53.8% is on to the call side. Wow. And 46.2% is on the put side. Usually it's like 80% on the put side and 20% onto the call side, or maybe a slight bit more less onto the call side as compared to the put side. But we can see a lot of momentum is coming onto the call side. Volume on the put side is definitely higher. The premium is almost 50-50 on both the side. But I can tell you very clearly by looking at the options flow, the sentiment has definitely changed. Now we have been having this sell off from last couple of weeks. We haven't been able to find any kind of a upward momentum that came in for few days into the SPY. Now we have experienced on Friday there was a upward momentum. Everybody was expecting today as well we're gonna see some sort of upward momentum. But basically it's the market maker, those who are trapping the retail into it, believing that we might experience some sort of a upward momentum coming into the SPY. But by looking at the options flow, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming into the options flow today. When I decrease the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales and the retail are doing, again majority of them are on to the upside. They are buying call option. That's very good news for the stock market, because a lot of them are buying call option. That means they are betting that the SPY will go up from here onwards. And I personally believe as well we are in an oversold state and we might experience some sort of a upward momentum coming into the SPY very soon. But tomorrow is another big day. I personally believe Jerome Powell and Bullard will be speaking tomorrow, and if they don't put out anything negative towards the stock market or inflation, then we might do very well just after the meeting. Hope so. You like my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.